Okay, today we're taking a look at the Suzuki GT185. It's the last of the collection that we have, for our personal collection I should say, sorry. It's been completely rebuilt into the way that my dad wanted it to look when he was younger, when this came out in '78. So I know it's not fully original, we do have all the original parts, but this is the way my dad wanted to have it when he was younger. So I don't care if any of you out there are saying, oh, it's not fucking original, I don't give a shit. This is the way we want it. It has a few little things it needs to be corrected. The carbs, it has these new Allspark exhausts on it, and so the carbs need to be adjusted for it. It's not running absolutely mint, but it's running just about right for us to go out and have a little test ride on it. Specs then about 15 brake horsepower, I'd say, with the exhaust and the carb rebuild kind of thing. You're looking at probably 17 and a top speed of about 130 kilometers an hour. Release between 73 and 78. It's pretty much a bigger board up 125, so it's the 125 engine board up to 185. Twin carb, 2-stroke, twin of course, with the twin exhaust, iconic, and only going up in value. So we'll get on her. Hopefully she sparks up for us. She does have electric start, so I'll try and get her to go on that. And she is very loud, so you probably won't be able to hear me all too well through this ride long before we get to the kind of inspection part. So now mind you, I've never ridden this bike before. Oh, it sounds great. Although the only thing with this is that even though we're only doing 30-40 kilometers an hour, everyone who's going to look at us is going to think we're some sort of lunatic, just because the exhausts are very, very loud. We have looked into getting some mufflers for them just to quieten them down a small bit, because I tell you, they actually are a bit too loud, even though they do sound fantastic. I will turn right here. Here is my friend, actually. Alright, just met my friend there coincidentally. So we'll move on to this other part of the video, just kind of toddling around. You can see there are a few people out walking about. We did keep our 2-meter distances, just so you know, and also I do have a helmet on, so there's a certain amount of protection there for the two of us. So we'll turn in left here. Turn with the first gear, and we will move on to our usual position. If this car would ever move out of the way, or get a move on, at least doing 20 kilometers an hour, I suppose that's what we should be doing, and I do have all the time in the world, so what can I complain about? And we'll turn in right here. Yeah, so the bike, 15 brake horsepower thereabouts, but when it's fed to you through a 2-stroke system, it certainly feels a lot more than 15. You do get on these CBR 125 Repsols and stuff that are the newer ones, a 4-stroke with about 15 brake horsepower for the A1 license. They do feel a bit dead. This has a bit of life to it, and a bit of a spark. It did rain last night, so the surface of the road here under these tree coverings is going to be very slippery. You just have to be a bit careful. And also you have to remember that although it has a front disc brake, it certainly isn't the greatest front disc I've ever seen in the world. Go in here and have the Courier's Way. I actually don't even know how much you're going to even be able to hear me, because the bike is just so loud. But we'll see anyway in post. See what we can get up to. See her looking at you. I mean, you just get all the looks, because I mean, you are so loud. Even when you're doing 40 kilometers an hour or so, people are going to be giving at you. But we're just ready to head up here, so we'll get off the bike and have a look at the visual inspection. Okay, we're now looking at the GT185 on the visual. Like I said, it's not fully original. We have done the mods that we want to do this bike to make it look to the way Dad wanted it when he was younger and this bike first came out. So it's a 1978 model, which means it's the last year of production for the GT185 before they cut the end of them. You can see the red wheels, blue and white colour scheme as well through the bike as well, but the frame is powder coated, no expense spared for this bike. Exhausts, front disc, really beautiful bike. You can see seat as well, all very nice. Original indicators and everything though, which is the main thing, and only 9,000 miles on her. You can see this kind of front cowl we fitted it to. I think it goes well and actually matches up very nicely with the blue stripe in it too. So that's really it for the walk around on the GT185. So now get back on the bike and drive home.